Well, hello, everybody. Welcome to MWR Team No Limit. Let's talk real estate. My name is Nancy Sewell, and I am joined by Terrence Hawkins and Mary Cheney. And we decided that we wanted to do a service to our realtor friends and also to people who really, are interested in buying a home. And we are all linked together through a company called MWR Financial, if you don't know that. And the nice thing about what we're doing here is that we're a group of people who are all very like minded in the fact that we really want to help people. We desire to inform and educate people about what it is that we have to offer here at MWR Financial, but also just in general. We like helping people, and we each have our own area of expertise. And tonight, our conversation will really be focused on that of realtors and some of the challenges that you guys face, and some of the things that we can offer that might be of help to you. And, I think it's important for everybody to get a chance to say hello. So before we get started, Terrence, you want to say hello? Tell a little bit about yourself.
Awesome, Nancy. Hey guys, how you doing? Nancy said name was Terrence Hawkins. I've been in the financial industry actually since I was 15 years of age. I founded Hawkins Accounting and Tax Service. Been in business 25 years now, but I've also been a licensed real estate agent since 2004 also as well. So I've done actually several things in the community to helping realtors out. That's kind of actually what we actually focus on. And I've partnered with MWR Financial because of what they are doing for individuals and especially for this industry that we're all in.
Wonderful. Mary, quite contrary. Tell us, say hello. Tell us about yourself.
Hello, everyone. Mary Cheney here. I was a realtor for many years. I finally let go of my real estate license because I moved into the mortgage and education field. And so I do people's mortgages. I help educate them on credit and things that they didn't know about credit and finances. I partner with Terrence to teach a lot of workshops to empower more people and just really have a good time with what I do.
Wonderful. Well, for those of you who don't know, I actually spend most of my time as a real estate investor. That's my main focus. That having been said, I also had my realtor license for many years, and I think that it's important for everybody that's on this call to understand that the people that are here in front of you, we all understand the challenges that people in this industry face, and we are super excited to be able to share information with you and talk to you about ways that we can help you and share with you, very importantly, some of the benefits of the things that we have to offer through MWR Financial. I really, excuse me for choking to death. I would very much like to encourage, excuse me, everyone that's on the call, please feel free to ask questions. This is not about selling something to you. This is not about, trying to, get you to do something. We really believe, and I will tell you from personal experience, once I understood and had clarity around the true benefits and services that this company has to offer, it was a no-brainer for me. And so, we really, we want you to ask questions. Please engage with us. That's what we're here for. Any questions that you have about the services that we provide, excuse me, or how we can help you as a realtor build your business, that's what we're here for. So I had Terrence laughing earlier because, before we start these calls, we always sort of like to have a little game plan about what it is that we're going to be talking about. And I said, oh my gosh, I was online and I found all these really cool statistics, and I think they're sage. And I want to share a couple of them before we really dig into, some of the really important problems and issues that real estate agents, realtors are facing in this marketplace. Okay, so here we go. I promise I'm going to make that the last time I cough. All right. So first of all, Mary, how many realtors do you think there are in the United States right now?
Oh my goodness. Are you kidding? Just when you think you can't have any more, each state grows again. Millions. How many?
There are
I would
more
like
than.
I would like to see people comment if they can comment on that. The
Oh,
people
that's
that were
great.
there,
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah,
you know,
yeah.
you
All
can
right, let's make a
comment.
little
How
thing
many
here.
do you guys actually think there are in the United States right now that are currently licensed? If you can comment, that'd be kind of cool.
Who can answer that? Who's on this call right now that thinks they know how many realtors there are right now across the United States? Come on, we got a lot of
We
listeners, a
got
lot of
some
lookers.
viewers out there and they're all shy tonight. Oh, here we go. 250,000.
Okay, 250,000. Anybody else care? All right, Lovey from
Oh, yeah.
Tampa. How
That's a
many
yes.
realtors do you think there are in this country right now?
Wow, that association had
There we go.
450,000 from Legina. Anybody else have a guess?
I'm about like her, 450,000, probably more than that, probably 600,000.
Probably
That's
more
gonna be
than
my
that.
guess. I mean, it's like Price is Right. I love it. 600,000.
Look
I'm
at
gonna
there.
say one. So I'm gonna give them a one in a little bit. 1.5.
568,000. This is fun. Okay, and on the Price is Right, since I am the hostess, I would say that Josette Ray is probably the closest because there are more than 2 million licensed realtors in
Wow.
this country right now. Can you believe it?
Wow.
Okay. Now let's think about that for a minute. There are more than 2 million realtors. All right. How many houses do you think were sold? How many homes do you think were sold in 2020? Terrence, you go first.
That was sold in 2020. Let's say 900,000.
Mary?
Oh. I know we had the pandemic and everybody thought we were going to slow down, and I didn't sleep. I didn't leave my office. So I think Terrence is pretty close with 900. I don't know.
Anybody
No, you
else?
can have my number.
Anybody else want to guess that is on the call? Anybody else want to guess? 150,000 from Lovey. Who else has a guess about how many homes were sold in 2020?
Any realtors out there, chime in.
50,000.
That's just
2 million. Okay, well, I would tell you that Terrence and Mary right now actually win the Price is Right. We have to think of prizes. This is fun. Okay, there were approximately 820,000 homes sold in 2020. That is the largest number of homes that have been sold in any year since 2008.
Wow.
2019, there were 683,000 homes sold.
Well,
Okay.
you know what happened in 2020? We had more people using the internet because they were stuck, cooped up at home.
Isn't that the truth? Yeah.
Mhm. People bought
Okay.
sight unseen.
All right. Legina says she's never going to play on The Price is Right. You're in the game. You're stuck. All right. Okay. This was an interesting fact. Okay. There was a study of millennial renters.
Mm.
The statistic that is not going to be a Price is Right game, but a statistic that I thought was really interesting. Only 11% of them expect or want to rent forever. What that tells you is that most people who are renting, there are actually 43 million rental households across the United States. People want to buy a home. Okay.
Yeah.
Right now, we have 2 million realtors. How many units do you think are for sale now? Terrence?
Oh God. For sale right now, it's gone down a little bit. Let's say 600,000.
Mary?
Across the country, I don't know, maybe 750.
All right, come on, you people on the call, chime in. Who has an answer? Who has an idea of how many houses they think are for sale right now? Wilford Lefty Bird, love you.
Lefty.
500,000 is his guess. Who's going to win The Price is Right? All right, I'll stop. 838,000 units for sale right now.
Okay.
Okay. Remember, there are 2 million realtors.
Realtors.
There is less than half of that number available in inventory right now. Okay.
Mhm.
Main reasons for purchasing a home. I thought this was really interesting too. Okay, there were a total of 18 reasons that were listed on this report. All right. Out of those 18 reasons, 17 of them came in at a 10% or less number of this is my reason. 27% of people that bought a home, the reason that they bought was because they wanted to own a home of their own. So, what that tells you, in my view, is that there are a lot of people who are renting right now who would very much like to own a home of their own. And we know that the MWR financial organization, this is one of the things, honestly, that I really appreciated and really just sort of caught my attention. This company's goal is to help 1 million renters become homeowners all across the country. And we have the tools to make that possible. There are so many people out there right now that really want to buy, but don't have the ability to. And quite honestly, realtors are our friends, our partners. This company takes very good care of people in the real estate business. And the reason that I'm telling you these statistics is because I want to make sure that everyone understands that there's a lot of business to be had out there, and there are markets that are so currently untapped. When you talk about people who have been renting a home for many years, and I had this happen where a lady reached out to me. She'd been renting a home for 25 years, and her landlord died, and the children wanted to sell the home. And she's devastated. She really wants to stay there, but she doesn't have the right credit right now. So what we were able to do was help her get into a situation where she actually became a member of our family and has taken all the proper steps to be able to improve her credit and improve her debt to income. And she actually, we're negotiating with the owner of the property so that we can buy that house for her. And while she is improving her credit, we're going to do some improvements, and then we're going to turn around and sell it to her when the time is right. What a huge market that is. You see, right now, and I talked about that, there are 5 challenges, the top 5 challenges that realtors face. Low inventory. Mary, what are you seeing about inventory out there these days? What's happening in the marketplace? What do realtors struggle with every day right now?
Realtors struggle with low inventory. I hear a lot of them say that the market's slowing down. I can't tell. My board's full of people that I've got pre-approved that still can't find homes. And, even in the 500,000 up range right now, because that's like the new norm, it's crazy. It's like everybody's struggling, and they're going, $20,000 to $50,000 at minimum over what the asking price is. Had an investor, he does the little tiny mill homes that we have in Kannapolis, and when he bought those homes, they were $40,000, and he's had them several years now. But going into it, he's like, I think I'm going to fix this one up, and instead of re-renting it, I'm going to sell it. I looked it up on the market, and 2 homes down the road that were smaller just sold for like $200,000, and they weren't as nice as his.
So what we're talking about so far is we have a lot of realtors, a lot of people out there competing for business. The inventory is relatively low, particularly given the fact that many people really want to buy. Terrence, why do you think people are interested today in buying a house? I mean, are there tax benefits? Are there things that would compel somebody to really want to take this move?
It's not really after tax benefits at all for buying a house. Honestly, not the new houses like it was before. I just had actually a client today, as a matter of fact, that just kind of realized that they got their new house this past year. There was one that actually purchased the house, and they was excited about it, and they thought it was going to get those like the closing costs, and the percentage of this and stuff is write off. But again, only 10% of individuals are itemizing, which means that's when you can actually use those points and everything, okay, because of the of the standard deduction has actually doubled. So not as many people are utilizing those kind of things. But individuals, I think are trying to actually get a house because they are looking at, one, the cost of rent. The cost of rent, like it's going up, the paycheck's not going up as more. And people are really realizing, hey, look, I can have a bigger, space to live in for the same amount that I'm paying for right now. If I'm paying $1,400-$1,500 right now a month for just renting something, I can actually pay that amount and I can have me a place to actually stay. That is more of a wealth builder of an asset. At least you are absolutely owning it and stuff. And you have a lot of sellers that's like, hey, I sell my house now. Okay. They was looking, oh, I sell my house now. I go and do something else. Why? Because the value of the houses is going up. They want those. They want to do certain things. So I think it might be a little combination of both of those.
Mary, right now, what's going on in the marketplace in terms of interest rates and things like that? And, talk to us a little bit about how realtors can engage with potential buyers of properties and really help them understand, what's involved in buying a home.
Right now, rates are still at an all-time low. They fluctuate up and down, but if you can still get in, the high twos, the low threes, why would you not want to buy a house right now? And I think that's what's created a lot of this. And, they were talking about raising the rates, and then this new variant came out, and until they see, how it's going to spread and what's going to happen if we have to quarantine again, I think they're going to hold for just a little bit. They've been very steady. The fluctuations that we see are maybe an eighth to a quarter of a point, and then they come right back down again. So people are just kind of riding the wave to see how much they can afford. And the low rates actually allow them to compete with this market because they can buy a lot more home than they could before when rates were in the fours. And I think with realtors, if they just start educating people, which a lot of them have been trying to do, and, lead them up to make sure that they understand, you need to get pre-qualified and you need to see what your credit situation is, make sure everything looks good, make sure your ducks are in a row. And they're teaching them to go ahead and get fully pre-approved versus pre-qualified. And the biggest difference in that is a pre-qualification means that you've met with the lender, we've pulled credit, you've given us income docs, and it looks like you qualify for this program and this budget. The pre-approval comes from an underwriter who has reviewed the documents that we've sent in to them and said, yes, you definitely qualify for this much house and this program. And here's my checklist of this is what we got to do to go to closing. And we're just checking off the list as we go. And it makes your offer a lot stronger. And we work really closely with our realtor partners in making sure that, they know everything that's going on. We just got raises in the limits for each of the programs, and they released them early this year. And so now, it's no longer, oh gosh, I don't qualify for a jumbo loan because the market's 600,000, because you can go over 600,000 and still stay in the conforming limits and still put as little as 3% down. And so there's all kinds of stuff that together with our realtor partners, we're helping people understand what the new market is. And for the first year in a long time, I think I've done one down payment assistance. And that's just because they're having to put more earnest money and due diligence down when they're making offers. And earnest money used to be, this is, I'm serious about it. I'm putting my skin in the game and putting this up front. But as time went on, in North Carolina particularly, they switched to where there's also due diligence that goes directly to the seller to say, hey, we need to take this house off the market when you sign and accept our offer, so that we're able to get inspections and appraisals and make sure everything's warm and fuzzy. We've got this period of time to negotiate and make sure that both sides are happy when we go to the closing table. And so once they put all those monies up now, there's no need for a down payment assistance program because they've already got their down payment in.
How important is it to you as a mortgage person that your end buyer be working with a quality company in terms of proper education around credit and understanding the debt to income ratio. And I think it's super important as a realtor to make sure that I'm in bed, so to speak, with a company that I know is going to perform.
Mhm.
Do you ever have situations where people come to you and they thought their credit was fixed, or they thought everything was great, and then all of a sudden they can't settle on the house, or there's problems at the last minute? How does that work?
Yeah, that happens a lot. And they also go to a lot of banks that set them up for the last minute things because they don't have all of their ducks in a row and they're not reviewing things until the very last second. You need to be with a company that's going to partner with you. So from the moment you say go and the client starts bringing docs in, they're reviewing everything. They're looking at it. They're making sure everything's perfect. The I's are dotted, the T's are crossed. But if they do have credit issues, you need to partner with a company that's actually going to have one communication. That's a huge thing. People come in, credit repair companies are a dime a dozen, and they come in and they tell you all these wonderful things and they make their program sound so wonderful, and people sign up because they're just desperate for the help, and then they're paying and paying and paying and they're not getting any results. And you try to reach out to the company and it's worse than IRS. You're sitting there on hold for hours just trying to get to someone, and then you get a message that, I'm sorry, we're closed at 5 today. And so you get no answers and you just keep paying and paying. And it's very frustrating when you get hooked up with companies like that. And there's certain ones, people come in my doors and I just cringe when I hear it. And so I'm very select when I recommend companies that help people with their credit issues to make sure, one, you've got communication and you're getting someone who's going to know what they're doing and start working on your profile, give you a plan and start putting the steps in. But also, if I'm referring you there and you're like, I haven't heard a thing, I don't know what's going on. And, maybe it's that you did miss the 10 emails they sent you because people are terrible about checking their emails even when they buy a house, that I can pick up the phone and say, hey, I've enrolled Mr. Buyer here and we're trying to see what's going on with the credit. And I've got an answer. They go right down the list. This is what's happened. This is where we are. They've got education tools that are in their portal that help them learn about rebuilding credit and things that they need to do and not do. It's so important. And hands down, it's hard to find.
Nancy, you're on mute.
You're muted, Nancy.
This is another statistic that, thank you. This is, for those of you who might wonder, we have 2 little puggles in the house and mommy will be home soon. So that's why I keep muting myself, because I know they're going to start barking. But one of the things that I think is really important, to just touch on is the fact that realtors, successful realtors, truly depend on referrals. I think it's something like 48% of realtors, the top realtors get their business from referrals. And 88% of all homeowners would refer or would use the realtor that they've used in a prior transaction. And they're happy to refer, those realtors. So for me, I understand how important the credit repair is. And, again, there's a whole myriad of services that this company offers. But my point is, if I'm referring somebody, I want a company that I know is going to actually serve my customer. You know what I mean? And this is a big deal because since referrals are such a big part of the real estate business, you want to make sure that you are referring a credit repair company that is actually going to perform and do what they say. I love the fact that our services do not need our member to go into great depth with the things that they provide. The financial experts do all of it. Everything from, Terrence, you want to talk about like some of the tax things and other services besides the credit restoration that could impact our realtors as using us as a good referral source?
Yes, and I think once realtor really look at what the company has, they would kind of clearly see the difference, especially if they have been using previous companies that Mary's actually talking about, anybody that's a credit repair company, because in getting a home is more than just credit. Okay. Credit, yes, is a good benchmark and stuff, but you have some other things that you're going to need to do and qualify for. Credit just has the actual bank to say, okay, you qualify for the loan, but now let's see, can you afford that loan that you actually
Mhm.
need for that particular house? And then that's the other things that's needed. And it's not just one things or get out of that. But when you have this company that basically looking, helping your client to reduce their current debt of just regular expenses, that means that they're increasing their cash flow. And when they're focusing on that cash flow, that means that's going to help that debt to income ratio out a lot.
Mhm.
Okay, in doing so, if prices of houses is going up, that's a very, very important part of it. But then more importantly, you're going to need to actually be able to be able to make sure that they are able to show that income with the proper tax returns. Well, to be able to work with CPAs, enrolled agents that understand the buying process. And I have to say that because every tax professional is not the same. You get some tax professionals that, of course, their job is to reduce your tax liability and not show especially if you're self-employed. But we see it all day long. You're self-employed and they do that. Well, they did that, but they didn't help your goal out. Because if your goal
Mhm.
is to get into a home, you're going to need to show certain incomes. And if they don't understand how to position you to still pay less on taxes, but to be able to qualify for your goal of the house, you need some help as far as doing that. And that's what I really actually like about this company. When you have a company that's one of their targets is to get individuals into a home. When you say 1 million individuals to a home, they understand that it takes all of those things to do that. And then on top of that, they understand that it's a major asset, but they want you to pay that asset off faster. So they go beyond just you on that transaction. When you talk about building up a relationship or referrals, how about then in that same program to be able to say, now that you have this house, let us now teach you how to pay that house off in a half to a third of the time faster with paying the same thing that you are right now. And that's a part of it. So they're building that relationship with you. They're doing things actually like that, and it's big. And then they said, now that you bought your first home, as you said, somebody has a realtor. If I was, like a client and I had a realtor and I bought my first house with them, when I want to get into investing, who do you think I'm gonna call? I'm gonna call that realtor again. Well, when you have a company like MWR Financial is now teaching and educating individuals, now you got a house. Now let's talk to you about being an investor. Let's educate you about being an investor and to really
Mhm.
create wealth as far as that. It's just a perfect team that a realtor can have to help them with the current business, get people now, but to build that pipeline to get people, go ready. If they can't get them ready now, like Mary said, you don't want to send anybody these days, guys, that's not ready to be able to purchase. They need to have that escrow. They need to actually have the actual money for the due diligence. They need to have that and to have a company, to come in that's already ready to purchase. You need to have your team actually ready there. So with all of those services, Nancy, put together is really what everything needs. A lot of times actually realtors will say, hey, go see this person for this, go see this person for that. They will have the, knowledge of knowing that they can send people to MWR Financial and whatever their financial needs are to be able to qualify for that property is right there at that company.
Oh, and they also earn money for doing that, but we won't get into that.
Exactly. That's the plus. That's the plus part of it. This key after you actually said that because the one realtor that I was talking to this past week, I was actually talking to them and they was like, well, I need that. I need that. I need that. And really to see it is important. Mary and I was actually talking to a team of realtors today, what I'm saying, on an association, like on today and stuff. And, like on a seminar on a private Zoom actually with them. And we was actually covering and everything we was actually covering was stuff that the realtors need that MWR has to offer to help them to save money on their taxes, okay, to plan and to make sure because you're there to make money. Yes, you want to keep more of that money that you're making. The income going up and down. You're talking about they have a record keeping system also actually for you. They have retirement specialists to talk to know what to do with your money for you. It's just so much that they can use, not just their clients, but for them too.
And it's very affordable. I'll just say that. I'll leave it at that. Um, you know, um, as I said in the beginning, and I would hope that most of the people on this call know this, but MWR Financial has gone to a great deal of effort to put everything together for the buyers and for the realtors. And I just want to say that the compensation and the way that everything is set up within this company, in particular for the real estate piece of it, is astronomical. We actually do have an entire program dedicated to realtors. We have a certified, where realtors can become certified to work with us. But I want to go back to that original statistic where, there are over 2 million realtors in this country right now. And let's say, half of those realtors, and it's really less than that because high ticket realtors perform more than one transaction. But imagine as a realtor, and I just want you to think about this, being able to market yourself in a niche where you can actually market your services to people right now who are renting homes and who would very much like to buy but just don't know how to do it. And you have the ability to actually be able to put them not just in front of the services that this company provides, but actually help them buy a home. And the way that that works in a nutshell, because we did make a commitment to try to keep these calls short and sweet, but please remember, we're here to answer questions. So please, if you have any questions about what we're, going to share and talk about here, please put them in the comments. The bottom line is this. Let's say that you find a person who is renting a home and wishes to buy. You have an opportunity as an affiliate, a member of MWR Financial. You have an opportunity to refer, which is what realtors mostly do, refer the services that are going to actually enable them to be able to buy a home. While they're going through their process, you now have the ability to go out and help find a home that a lot of people aren't looking at these days. And these homes are fixer-uppers, right? Houses that need work. You find that house, your buyer is going to be pre-approved, and MWR Financial is actually going to buy that house for them and spend the money to fix that house up for them. As a realtor, if you're the listing agent, well, by golly, you're going to get both sides of the commission. If you're just a buyer's agent, that's fine. You're going to earn the buyer agent commission. You're also going to get paid an extra 1% just for bringing that person to the settlement table. 1%. You also, since you're the person that's bringing the house, you're going to get a $600 bonus for bringing the property. And guess what? If you're the person that actually brought that person into the monthly membership to help them to use the services, you're going to get another $600 bonus. So what you're looking at here is potential to add an additional $1,200 plus an extra 1% of the final sale price of that property. Imagine how much money you can put into your pocket. And now you're a specialized person where you're actually that person that is helping people who are currently renting achieve their dream of home ownership. That's one of the things I like closing these calls with, is I say, we're here to offer hope, and I will tell you that the executive team and all the people, all the leaders within this company, that's what we're here for. We're here to help people. We want to educate the general public about finances. These things are not taught in school. And we care a great deal about helping people to understand what really goes on in the financial world, whether it's buying a home, whether it's investing in real estate, whether it's becoming a capital contributor, becoming part of our land bank opportunity, whether you're a realtor who's looking to make extra income. We're here to support you, and we love what we do. So I'm not seeing any other questions in the comments. Mary, did you have, and I think Terrence had another call that he actually needed to attend to. Mary, did you have anything that you would like to add to this, or anything that we should talk about?
No, just wanting to put the world out there. If you're a realtor, this is definitely a program that, can help you not lose a sale because someone's not ready to buy yet, and can earn you a lot of extra income plus some residual.
Yes.
Get back with the person who invited you to listen and get more details on joining and how to get certified. And, if you guys have any other questions, just put them in the chat. Wilfred, I'll answer yours offline, but that's really it. It's all about helping people.
Yep. All right, family. Thank you all for joining the call with us tonight. Look for us at the same time next week. Next week, we're going to try to, talk to people and address some questions and thoughts about people who are those people that want to buy a home. And also understand, as a realtor, we refer those people to realtors who are associated with us. So there's another opportunity for you. All right, get back to the person that invited you to this call. We're here for you, and we're looking forward to talking with you again next week. Same time, same place. Thanks, everybody. Have a great evening.